Hey there, this is Kerry at Kerry Originals. Thank you for tuning in, and if it's your first time, welcome. And thank you for those of you who have been subscribing, and there are 7 of you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and welcome back. Tonight, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I wasn't able to upload a video last week. I was under the weather, and I just had to give it a miss. So to make up for it, you're going to get a trifecta. To start with, I am going to revisit the song that I performed 2 weeks ago using the piano, but tonight I'm going to do it a cappella because I had some feedback that some people found it difficult to hear the lyrics. So we're going to start with that. Part 1 of your trifecta, through music. My songs may become the songs of the day, long after I have faded away. But I'm bound to create while I still have a choice, still feel compelled to put verse to voice, and to sing, yes, to sing, for the joy that it brings. And I know we can connect because we feel the same things in our unique ways. Through music we live, we love, laugh and cry. It is there when we are born, and it will be there when we die. And throughout our lives, music provides what we need when we are low, what we seek on a high. On music we thrive. On music we thrive. It keeps us alive, feeds body, soul and mind, an elixir of no other kind. Through music we live, we love, laugh and cry. It is there when we are born, and it will be there when we die. And throughout our lives, music provides what we need when we are low, what we seek on a high. On music we thrive. Part 2 of this trifecta is another song, interestingly enough, that starts on the same interval of the 6th. My bonny lies over my barn. That's a 6th. And that piece started on that interval. And the next one does as well. This is a song I wrote back when I was turning 40 and contemplating, why am I feeling drained and not so energetic anymore? Am I slowing down? Am I getting old? And that's, well, quite a few years back now, so it was a little early to be having those sorts of thoughts. But anyway, I wrote a song, and it's called Did I Become a Flake? Did I become a flake? I feel only half awake, sometimes even only just barely alive. Or did I just get depressed, out of sorts, out of zest? A temporary loss of drive? Or was slope, without a rope, without a hope, without a guide. What used to be a roll now seems to spin out of control. What used to be a ride is now a helter-skelter slide, and there's no safety bar to hold. What used to be a stroll feels more like a run. Can't seem to get out of slow-mo. Can't seem to get as much done. Did I become a flake? I feel only half awake. Or is the world become so full of change I just can't keep up? Not the young pup I used to know. And I wrote a full piano score for that song, but quite honestly, it's even too difficult for me to play, so I chose to do that a cappella. And I can hear an orchestra behind that piece, and it's just the idea of kind of getting old and slowing down. And so, part 3 of your trifecta, a poem. And see if you can figure out who these two little sisters are. The poem is called Sisters. They curl up, cute as buttons, and cozy down to nap. Peace thus restored, you rest assured they're the most darling, adorable little rats. Then suddenly, with a ka-thump, you realize they're back. Two feisty, fearless huntresses, wide-eyed on the attack. With backs arched high and hackles spiked, their ears they firmly flatten and pin each other in their sights while telltale tails threaten. They sidle, inching closer, and you know that all at once they'll fly and interlock mid-air in a perfect precision pounce. One is grey and silver-tipped. The other, black to the core, is the wiliest of pussycats to cross your path for sure. She's earned the nicknames Slinky, Spasmataz, and Scat. With a multiple personality, she's a most deplorable, duplicit brat. She snakes around corners, salamander-like and sly, and when she knows you're watching, it's then she slithers by. And if you try to catch her, she waits just out of reach and calculates the second to brazen her retreat. That's not to say the silver grey is placid and demure. Her pranks are right there in your face, no sidestepping for her. And when she's caught, right in the thick of things, she doesn't skulk away. Like to the slaughter, she's a lamb, doe-eyed, resigned, and tame. But don't you be deceived. She's bold as brass and will not cower in shame. She'll convince you that she's quite contrite and be right back at it again. And then in typical feline fashion, indifference she will feign, nonchalantly grooming, free from remorse, it's plain. And when they want to pet you, a stroke fest will ensue. And if your attention starts a-waning, they'll mew and mew and mew. But don't be too fawning, just enough will do. For doling out affection is on their terms, thank you. And then they'll wrap themselves around you, almost turning inside out, and with ecstatic, they let you know just what a cat's about. Thank you for tuning in. This is Carrie at Carrie Originals. I'll be posting a little bit later on a Sunday evening to make it a little bit more realistic for myself and probably for you as well. So we'll say between 7 and 11 I'll be uploading a video for you. So I'll see you then next week. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.